Hello everyone, welcome to Littleton Common. I'm Barbara McRae. This month our guest is Sharon Pei. Later in the show, Sharon is going to introduce us to Tai Chi, so stay with us for that. The thrift shop had its $3 a bag sale in March, and I must say we did very well, thanks to you. We enjoy having this sale as much as you enjoy coming to it. Now we'll be closed for our usual rearranging and change in seasons cleaning the week of April 4th and reopening April 11th. You're going to want to come back and see what we have. If you didn't already know, puzzles, books, and DVDs are in a bookshelf in the hall outside the thrift shop. These items are available for you to enjoy, so take some home, and when you're through, bring them back and let someone else use them. You also might have some you'd like to donate, so bring them in and place them on the shelf. There's no charge, just enjoy and return. Did you miss the St. Patrick's Day party? I hope not, because thank you again to Neshoba Tech's culinary department for helping us enjoy an Irish party. We will have to plan parties to celebrate other traditions from other countries during this coming year. So what about an Oktoberfest? Well, we can't have beer, but we can sing and we can eat. So give us your ideas. The Littleton Girl Scout Troop number 60340 came to the senior diner and gave a very informative program about recycling. I want to thank their leaders, Gloria Rios and Wendy Isaac, for bringing Natalie Merrick, Olivia Rosenblum, Lena Warner, Claire Newman, and Teresa Malott. Good job, girls. Okay, let's join Gail Dalton at the senior diner. How are things at the diner, Gail?
Hello, Barbara. Everything is going fine in the diner. All of our numbers are starting to pick up because everyone's now starting to venture on out after all the snow is finally melted. Well, April is a busy month because as every April, the Light Department has their Spring Fling lunch at the Russell School, and that is going to be April 20th, and it's only going to be 125 tickets. I'm going to say this once, and everyone please understand, 125 tickets. I will be selling them down here. You got to call the diner down here to get your tickets, and it's only Littleton residents only, and it's only limited to 2 people, and it's first come, first serve, okay? So you got to call me to get your tickets, okay? And you know my hours are between 9 and 1, all right? Okay, now for the birthday lunch is going to be on April 13th, so all the April babies come on in, have a free lunch on Minuteman, and the COA, as usual, gets a beautiful, beautiful cake. And also the ladies' breakfast will be April 14th, that Thursday, so come on down. The men will love to wine and dine, and Bob tells his dirty jokes. Everyone loves it, so, you know, come on down and have a few laughs, either with Bob or at Bob, whatever you want to do. And we'll be having our potluck dinner will be April 15th, that Friday. So call us and sign up and bring something. We want to have a lot of people here. We usually have an excellent turnout for our potluck, so we'd like to see you. And we will be closed on April 18th, that Monday, so remember that. And the men's breakfast will also be on the 20th, okay? Because the first falls on a Friday, so everything's kind of pushed back a little bit for the dates. So we hope to see you here at the diner in April.
I heard the potluck lunches are really great. Now, if you have enjoyed the Spring Fling lunches sponsored by the Light and Water Department, then thank Kurt Lanciani, who had this idea 20 years ago. Has it been 20 years? Well, thanks also to those who continue this program and give their time to cook and serve a wonderful luncheon. This is always a good time, so don't miss it. The date is April 20th at noon in the Russell Street Cafeteria, but you do need a reservation because of limited seating, and you are only allowed 2 tickets per person. So call Gail at 978-540-2474 and get your tickets now. Our exercise class, A Matter of Balance, will be promoting ways to reduce fall risk factors and increasing strength and balance. It is 8 lessons, 2 hours per session, and it will start April 20th until June 8th from 1 to 3 in the multi-purpose room. Class is limited to 14, but it's free. So call 540-2470 and sign up. If you had planned to go to this class, but you also want to go to the Light Department luncheon, which is the same day, then why don't you let them know that you may have to skip one class when you sign up? Good food on the 20th and good music on the 21st at Indian Hill. Let's hear from Evan Theophilakis and who will be entertaining at Box Lunch. Evan Thea?
Thanks, Barbara. Well, I can't believe that it's spring already, and here we are at Indian Hill with all kinds of music for you. And starting out with Orchestra of Indian Hill's season finale, which is on Saturday, April 9th, over at Littleton High School at 7:30 p.m. And what Maestro Hagen has for you is the romantic Cervantes tale Don Quixote Three Ways. And we have three different musical settings of this tale by Strauss, Telemann, and Ravel. And it's going to be a very interesting program. And again, that's Orchestra of Indian Hill, Saturday, April 9th at 7:30 p.m. at Littleton High School. Find out more at indianhillmusic.org or call us at 486-9524. Lots of other stuff over at the music school. Our piano honors recital, which is a select group of piano students, will be performing on Sunday, April 10 at 6 p.m. over here at Indian Hill at the school, and that's free, and it's an opportunity to hear some of our best piano students performing. The Box Lunch concert series continues on Thursday, April 21st. Two shows, one at 11 and one at 1:30 p.m. And this month it's one of our favorites, pianist Jenny Tang, will be here performing. So you don't want to miss that, April 21 at 11 or 1:30 p.m. And that's free. We serve you cookies and coffee and tea, and you bring your lunch. 486-9524 to find out more. For young families, we've got our Family Summer Splash Preview, which is a preview of our summer programs for young kids, and that's Friday, April 29 at 6:30 p.m., and that again is free over here at the music school, the summer preview. And over at the Kaleidoscope Gallery, our chamber series continues on Saturday, April 30th at 8 p.m. And that's in Groton at Kaleidoscope. And Jenny Tang returns with soprano Gail Fuller. So another great program for you. And they'll be performing music by Liszt and Berlioz and Scriabin and lots more. So please check us out at indianhillmusic.org, and we hope to see you with a musical activity.
Thank you. Now get out your fancy hat and join us for the movie of the month. It's Kentucky Derby time, and we will show Secretariat. Remember that 1973 Triple Crown winner? Barbara Cam has been getting her hat ready. Isn't that what they do to go to the Derby? Wear fancy hats? Let's get together for the movie on April 28th at 1 p.m. in room 230. If you like to see live shows, we have the place for you, right here in Littleton. So listen to this announcement from Sean Cannon on News from the Cannon Theater.
Hey Barbara. Hi, it's Sean here at the Cannon Theater, and we are right in the center of town at 410 Great Road. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about our new show we've got coming up. It's by Jeeves, and it's based on the stories by P.G. Wodehouse, which is very funny stuff. And it's written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Alan Ayckbourn. Of course, you know Andrew Lloyd Webber from Phantom of the Opera, but this is a totally different side of Andrew Lloyd Webber. Funny. That's all I'm going to say. It's hilarious. It's fun. It's great for the family. All about Jeeves, who is a butler, who's attending to his always getting in trouble, Bertie Wooster. It's a lot of fun. Lots of funky things going on, a ladder gag you don't want to miss, hilarity everywhere. Now you can get tickets online if you go to thecanontheater with an re.com, or you can send in your money to right here to the theater. Just put it in an envelope, address it to 410 Great Road, and I will get your tickets set aside for you. All the ticket prices are online. So check right there. And if you do need to email me, that's fine. I do answer. Yes, I do. I am a human, and I do answer all my emails. So email Sean at thecanontheater@gmail.com. Sorry, you don't need to go www. Anyway, I hope you can come out to this show. It's great. It opens March 31st. That's 2.5 weeks away. And it's going to run through April 16th. That's 3 weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. And then we have one matinee. Okay, so don't miss that. That's at 1 o'clock p.m. That's a great time to get out if you are worried about driving at night or just love to take the kids out on an afternoon. So that will be the second Saturday in April. Okay, so back to you, Barbara. Thank you very much, and hope to see you at the theater, the Cannon Theater. Thanks.
Thank you, Sean. The Living Alone group will meet on Thursday, April 21st from 10:30 to 11:30 in room 230. Tina Mater will be happy to see you there, so call her at 540-2472 and tell her you're coming. The Council on Aging trip in June will be narrated Boston Harbor cruise on the Spirit of Boston. Plan on a buffet, a musical show, and a visit to Quincy Market and the North End. Cost is $69 per person, and that's June 15th. Again, call 540-2470 for more information. Now, Park and Rec have been filling their schedules, and here's Chris and Aaron to give us that information.
Thank you, Barbara. Unfortunately, Erin is unable to join me today. She's a little busy in the office, but I'm here to tell you what's going on in April in Littleton Parks and Recreation. So this month we have a lot of exciting things going on. Most importantly is the first annual Holistic Fair. It's the first, but hopefully it will become an annual event if it's successful this year. It'll be held April 2nd at the multipurpose room right here in Town Hall from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's a totally free event for anyone that wants to come and check it out. We'll have vendors, practitioners, and readers in the areas of therapeutic massage, chiropractic practices, and Reiki. We'll also have vendors in handmade goods, skincare products, jewelry, spiritual gifts, and readers in aura imaging, hypnosis, and more. So stay tuned for more information on that. We're getting lots of vendors, and it'll be exciting to come check it out, learn some new things. Also coming up, we have Tai Chi, and Barbara interviewed Sharon Pei, who is our instructor for Tai Chi. She'll be beginning a class on April 4th. Also in the beginning of April is long-term care and Medicaid estate planning. That's starting April 7th. So that's a good instructional class. And so you know, this is an important question, kind of a hot button topic. Our spring-summer brochure will be coming out the week of March 29th, so same week as my birthday. And the classes for that begin Monday, April 25th, so that'll be all of our late spring and into summer, including our most important Camp Tehadawon, CIT, Junior Guard, all of those activities, which are, the registrations for those are open. They'll be in that brochure, but they are open, so come on down and register. Get in, because they're filling up. And also, the Kids Adventure brochure will be coming out April 26th, and those are some of our most popular classes, like Lego building and lots of educational classes for children. And finally, we have the Spring Egg Hunt and Bunny Breakfast on Saturday, April 9th from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And we'll have the Easter Bunny here. There'll be pancakes, nice breakfast, the egg hunt right out in the backyard of the town hall. And it'll be fun for everyone to come, so make sure to come down. That's $5 for adults and $3 for children, with a $20 maximum for families. And finally, we have the middle school field trips, which have been popular so far this year. On April 13th, we have 5 Wits, which is an interactive kind of exhibit. It's really cool. I haven't been yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I get to go. And then on May 18th, we have Fenway Park, so that's a tour of the park. And then on June 8th, we'll be going to Long Lake, the most popular spot in Littleton. So that's it. That's going on this month in Parks and Recreation. So give us a call, 978-540-2490, or go on our website, www.littletonrec.com. And you can sign up for classes, or you can call me just to chat. Thanks.
For those of you on the Senior Tax Program, a reminder that you have until May 15th to complete and turn in your hours. You know, you have a lot of bingo games, St. Anne's, Council on Aging, and the Congregational Church. But here's a new one for you, Diabetic Bingo. And it's hosted by Concord Healthcare. I guess you learn about diabetes while you're having fun. And if you're interested in this game, join them on April 14th at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll be back after this school sports report with Mike Lynn.
Thanks, Barbara. Mike Lynn here again, Athletic Director for Littleton High School. Second installment of the Coach's Corner. And we'd like to start by just giving you a winter sports wrap-up. This past winter season, another great winter season at Littleton High School. Boys basketball went 15-7, made it to the Clark Tournament semifinals, and also made it to the MIA tournament with a very young team, so we're very optimistic for the future for them. Girls basketball finished a 12-11 record, had a really strong finish in the tournament. They went 4 games deep into the MIA tournament, made it to the district semifinals, which is the deepest they've been in the MIA tournament in quite a long time. The ice hockey team finished 11-5-6, also made it to the MIA tournament district semifinals, had a great year as well. And on the indoor track, we had record numbers. We had 53 boys and girls participating in our indoor track program. Spring sports started last Monday. We've reached record participation with our spring sports. We have 198 student athletes participating in baseball, softball, boys and girls lacrosse, boys and girls outdoor track, and also girls tennis. So we're very excited about our upcoming spring sports season, and already we've reached a milestone with our participation. Very fortunate today to have Megan Wadzinski with us here. We had a big story this winter with Megan. She became our first female athlete to reach 1,000 points, and she actually, by the end of the season, became our all-time leading scorer in the sport of basketball with how many points, Meg?
1,163.
Right. So Meg will actually be honored with a banner. It'll be Meg's name and also Rob Calkert, who achieved the same milestone back in 1986. Meg, maybe a little bit about the night that you scored 1,000. What opponent was that against?
We played Bromfield, and for the longest time they've been one of our rivals. It was awesome having the same girls that I've played with since 5th grade there. A huge crowd came out, which doesn't usually happen for girls basketball, so that was nice. It was great.
And when Meg scored her 1,000th point over at Bromfield, the game was stopped, and she was presented the game ball, and that game ball was subsequently represented at the banquet, all decorated with her name and her point total on there. So quite a career she had here at Littleton High School over 4 years in the sport of basketball. Where do you plan on going to school next year?
I'm going to Keene State in Keene, New Hampshire.
And I think you were just mentioning that you're not going to play basketball there, but you're going to try and play girls lacrosse there.
I'm going to try.
Great. Great. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you
and congratulations.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mike. The town offices will be closed on Patriots' Day, Monday, April 18th. No Meals on Wheels, and the senior diner will be closed. Now get out your calendar and write this down. Town meeting Monday, May 2nd, and also Saturday, May 7th, is going to be the annual town elections, and both are at the middle school. We have found a way that everyone can donate to the Friends of the Littleton Council on Aging, and it's such a small price to pay. All you have to do is buy a scratch ticket, drop the unscratched ticket in this box, and when it's full, we will scratch all of them and see how much money we can put towards, hopefully, a future senior center, or many programs that we would like to do. So, here's the first ticket. Help us by adding yours. And whether we win $40 or $4,000, any amount will help. The box is going to be moved from place to place, starting with the senior diner. And this will be your way to hug a senior. We all want to stay healthy, and as we grow older, we have to watch our step. We want to avoid fractures, so balance is important. Stress, medication, brittle bones, fatigue, illness, or sometimes one little trip can break that hip, and it's very hard, sometimes impossible, to recover. Yoga has been one way that we've heard will help, and now I'm hearing more about Tai Chi. Today, our guest is Sharon Pei, a Tai Chi instructor. Sharon is going to give us a broader insight to the value of doing Tai Chi. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Barbara. How are you?
I'm fine, and I understand that you're going to be an instructor at Park and Rec this coming season.
Yes, you're right. In the coming spring, I'm going to offer 2 classes. One is on Monday, the other is on Wednesday evening from 7:30 to 8:30, and it starts on April 4th.
Yes.
And the other starts April 6th.
Mm-hmm. And they'll be going into June. They're 8 weeks long?
Yes, 8 weeks program.
Good. So how many years have you been doing this?
I think it's about 10 years since the first year that I started to look for a right fitness program for myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so you just started working at it and probably read a lot about it.
Correct. I started to try different things at the beginning, like I tried jogging, I tried swimming, and aerobics, as well as yoga. And then Tai Chi somehow is the one stayed with me. And the more I studied, the more I found it's enjoyable. And I also spend more time to study it by going to the library, read the books there, or either reading the books or borrowing the tapes, VHS tapes, to look at the programs that are provided by the media out there. And during that process, I realized that I'm inspired by them, but at the same time, I also find sometimes there's something sort of lost in translation that I really want to improve on that. And during that process also, my father is another person inspired me a lot. And he has been practicing Tai Chi for about 30 years. And he also has been teaching. And he was the one who actually wanted to get me started this 20 years ago. But I never really get into me until about 10 years ago. I started to realize, after I tried different things, Tai Chi is really the one I like. And I also like the philosophy behind it. And that's another layer for culture aspect. Make me really like Tai Chi.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I've had, we do have yoga classes here for the Council on Aging, and every time I pass the class, it's, Barbara, come in, you need to try this. And what I think I would have to do is try the yoga and try the Tai Chi, because I bet you can find something that would, make you feel good about doing them. And, you hear so much about, I've always heard about yoga. I just started hearing about Tai Chi. And I think that what I would like to do is I'd like to go watch a class of yoga and watch a class of Tai Chi and see if at my age I could do this.
You're so welcome to come to my class, the spring class. And actually, I always have a sort of a welcome new people to come to my class at the end of our session, so they can have a look at how we're doing and if it's something they'd like to do. And speaking of Tai Chi, people always think about the motion in stillness or stillness in motion. And a lot of time you heard people saying that it's a meditative movement,
Right.
which is true to me because that's also part of things I like about it, because it's not a very kind of dynamic like running or something like aerobics, jumping, moving, fast pace.
Right.
It's very low impact exercises. However, that slowness or low impact, it doesn't mean it doesn't do anything to our muscles, our bodies, our instead, actually, this Tai Chi combines both physical and mental aspects. So it's good for both our physical body and also the mental wellness.
And good for bone density, I understand.
Correct. The more you move, the better.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that so far I'm able to move enough that I probably would enjoy doing something like that. But what if you've really never done any exercise? Say, you know, someone is watching and they've really never done any exercise, but they would like to feel better and they like what Tai Chi sounds like, you know, meditation and the stillness. And so would they just be able to come in and try doing this? It wouldn't be something they shouldn't try?
I think it's good for those. It's good for actually us types of people. Even you never have exercise before, it might be a good one for you to start because it's like I said before. It's not a fast-paced exercises, so it's scheduled. Start slowly, but then you can gradually get yourself into the program, not feeling overwhelmed. And plus, the pace is good in a way. It's a whole process that you move from one moment to another, but it's a series of moments. And by the end of a class, you would learn a set of moments and moving very comfortably yourself from left to the right, and coordinate your upper limbs and with the lower limbs, and also you will find yourself you're able to slow down yourself a little bit. And you put yourself away from your hectic day, because this is the set of moments you have to really be mindful to do that. And that's another benefit for some people, because they want to have a moment for themselves.
Yes.
And have a moment of relaxation. So doing this really create an environment for them.
And the good thing is that they can do it indoors and outdoors.
Correct. And that was probably also another reason I like about this and it keeps me going, is because I'm not limited by seasons, weathers, and
equipments,
that's location. A biggie. Correct. It's a very you can save your money by not to worry about what to buy, and then maybe this one is more popular this year and that one is not anymore, something like that. I don't go by trend, I go by what fits me well. And also the well-being of the emotion part or mental part as well as the physical parts, very important to us, and Tai Chi really provides that kind of movements and the status for you to get yourself involved in this kind of peaceful motion.
Must help with stress.
Yes,
for sure. And we just realized they're saying that it might help fibromyalgia. And that's very. My husband thought that. They thought that he had fibromyalgia because he was in such pain. It turns out it wasn't that bad. But so I'm interested in knowing, you know, that this can help someone. I mean, at least maybe make them a little more comfortable.
I think the Tai Chi is helpful for those chronic pain like arthritis or things like muscle pain, because it's a gentle stretching of your limbs, your muscles, and also increase your balance.
Yes.
And those slow moments, but they do keep you going. It is, in a sense, that's why it's a nice flow. It's from one moment to another. It's you're turning from left and then turning back to the right, and you stand up on one leg and on one foot, and then you also transfer to another moment. So you really, your mind has to be there, but then the moment, it doesn't have to be rushed. And also with continued movement, you keep yourself on the feet. And that's part of the reason I sort of choose Tai Chi over yoga. It's because yoga is different, it's great. But then it has the lot of pose you have to lie down on your back.
Yes.
Or you have to squat down really and sort of put yourself on your knee on the floor. But for Tai Chi, I like that part is once you start to move, it kind of a continuous flow, and then you always stand on your foot during those moments, and it keeps you going. But it's a gentle flow. It's a gentle flow. It's also graceful moments, and you don't have to worry about whether I cannot squat down really that lower. As long as you can do something with your body, you can move along, and you don't have to lie on your back.
Yeah.
And that's another flexibility to me.
Right. I've had chronic back problems, and so there's another reason why I often, when people say join this exercise, I go, well, I think I'll wait, because I don't want to cause anything, because I've been okay. Yeah, you're making me, without doing it, you're making me see what goes on in my mind. I'm watching what you're talking about, and it sounds lovely, in fact. And I think that I think I might just have to try that. We'll have to talk more.
Welcome
later.
to the class. Yes, and I think you will like it as you see it and get into it. That's how and that's another thing keeps me going, is because I feel like the more I do it, the more I like it. And also I think it's not only just a physical aspects, it's also because the philosophy behind it and the cultural aspects behind it. It's just, there's so many books even out there.
Yes.
So if you want to get to something, to know something by reading, that's another thing you can do. And this information is also available on my website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about, all of the reasons to do this. One of them I'm thinking of is it's a little harder as you get older to have good balance.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like if you're standing on one foot, it must be kind of fun at first when someone falls over because they can't stand on one foot.
Not really. No.
But I'm imagining that at the end of the 8 weeks, they can have good balance.
They feel
or
better.
at least start having good balance. And that is important. It's so important with especially senior citizens. And maybe there's a lot of young people too that need that balance, to not fall or not get injured or something. But we're talking about the classes, and we're talking about what goes on, but how many movements are there in Tai Chi?
Getting into technical. Okay, actually Tai Chi, there are many forms out there, so maybe I should let people know that the style that I'm teaching is called the young family style. There are many hundreds of forms out there originally, and now in China, actually the most well-known forms, there are 5. They come from 5 families. There's a Yang family, the Chen family, Wu family, Sun, another Wu. So there are 5 families out there, but the most popular ones is Yang family style, especially in North America. And the style, I guess, it's a graceful and it's a very natural, open, and the form's easy to learn. I think that's what probably made it so popular.
Yeah.
And the form And the another good thing is it's really not limited by the age. You can perform it at a lower stance or medium stance or high stance.
Okay.
So we can adjust to our age level of physical condition to see which one fits you better to start.
Oh.
I mean, speaking about the preventing falls, that's why Tai Chi becomes so noticeably useful. Is because by doing that, during the process, you learn to be balanced, and then you learn to be well stationed with your 2 feet. Because while during the whole process, the muscle of your legs are strengthened.
Oh, I see.
So that's why you're not going to be easily to fall, especially we have a long winter here in the New England area. But yes, it does strengthen our muscle and keeps our balance better.
I like the fact that it's called the moving meditation. I think that's interesting, and as I said to you before, I think I do that when I'm doing housework, I'm
but your mind is going everywhere, I guess.
I'm trying to meditate and dust and vacuum, but but that sounds like peaceful too.
Yes, I like about that in a way, or people learn to appreciate that. It's also because different from other exercises, and this one is more meditative in a way, is because you have to be focused, and you learn to be focused on yourself. Maybe first of all, focus on your body. You're more aware of your body parts, from your feet, your leg, your hip, your spine, shoulders, and the elbows and the wrist, every part. There's another popular saying about Tai Chi is once you move, everything else moves along. So it's not just, okay, I move one part and I leave the rest alone. It is actually, when you do it well, if you learn it well, is that you actually enter a state that you move one thing and that everything else moves along and becomes nice flow. And also it emphasizes so much about your eyes, your body, the coordination, not just your upper body and lower body coordination. So it's a completeness, and that's why people like that's why I also learned to like about Tai Chi, because when you look at the Tai Chi symbol, it is a round thing. And the roundness is about the wholeness, and also about the universe. It's about universe. And then if you look at the Tai Chi diagram, there's a dividing line for the black part and the white part. And each represents a opposite element. The white part indicates the yang part, and the dark part indicates the yin part. It's sort of like, the yang represents sky, heaven, and the yin represents the earth, and maybe the other way to say it is one is for the day, the other is for night, and the one is for female, the other is for male. And the philosophy behind it also says that everything in this universe is composed of yin and yang, and this concept can be traced back to over 2,000 years ago in a recorded book called Yi Jing in Chinese, but it's also translated as a book of changes.
Ever-changing.
Yeah, so it really represents the everlasting changes of this universe. And it's just like we go from winter to spring, and spring to the summer, and to the fall, and this is a cycle.
Well, it sounds like it's very interesting and very beautiful in a way. So if you go to a class, do you need a mat, or do you need to bring something in particular, or wear something in particular?
Good questions. Actually, you don't need to actually bring anything.
Okay.
However, you do need to dress comfortably. So anything like a fleece comfortable, and something loosen. And the shoes, I wish you wear this something softer than sneaker.
Okay.
So you can be comfortable turning or standing and on your feet. And other than that, it's really a user-friendly or kind of friendly fitness program, because you don't need to be restricted by anything else. But of course, you come with the spirit of Tai Chi. And once you're in the class, you learn to be sort of balancing yourself, inner body, and then outside physically. There's another thing, if I translate it, that means like outside it's strengthening our bones and muscles and skins and things, physical parts. Internally, it is strengthening our, it lifts our spirits and make our mind peaceful, and being aware of yourself and being well connected with yourself. And that's another layer or level that people like about it, I think. Yeah.
That sounds like an important part of it too.
Yes.
I understand also that it's becoming the #1, with yoga, it's becoming #1 in America, Tai Chi, and it's very popular with women. I know that men go, and it's okay, but women seem to be enjoying this. So they must be getting a lot out of it.
It's an interesting observation. I have to say, luckily in my class, it has been always combination of both. And of course, because we're talking about yin and yang, so we do want to see that kind of balance of men and the female. And the people coming from different actually towns, and they come from for different reasons, but their interest in Tai Chi is obvious. It's about this learning something about balancing, about the balance of physically and mentally. And I think it's also good for, it's not just good for women, it's also good for men. But I think perhaps it's because it's a good group exercise, I think. Because people like to be social and to be in a group. And that's probably another reason I heard also people, when they are happier, healthier when they're with group. That's probably why we talk about Qigong sometimes. When we talk about Tai Chi, it's naturally will be sort of associated with a Qigong. And when we group together, it generates a better Qi, and people are together, interact. It's just like yin and yang are interacting with each other every day, and from everything around us.
Well, they're going to be able to interact like that pretty soon, right? April 30th. Tell us about that. There's going to be the Tai Chi.
Yes, April 30th is Saturday, and there is a important event coming up. It's called the World Tai Chi and Qigong Day. It's a date started by American. He started events in Kansas City, and it started 13 years ago. So this year, it will be 13th anniversary of World Tai Chi and Qigong Day. And of course, as an instructor, a Tai Chi instructor, I'm aware of it, and I would like to celebrate it with either my previous students or whoever who are interested in Tai Chi or knowing what it is. And I think it's a great program, or just a day event for not a day event, just a 1 hour event for the town.
It's in the morning, though. It's at 10 o'clock?
It's in the morning. I'm planning so far, it's starting from 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and it will be finished at 11 or 11:30, depends on the flow of people.
I think that this would be a really good time for people to come and see how it's done, too.
Yes,
I mean, just to come and watch and maybe then participate if they feel that they're comfortable with it.
Correct.
I think that it would be something anyone could come and...
Yes, it is really. I actually, the town's Park and Recreation Department received a question from someone said, "Can I come with my son?" And so I was giving this question, and I actually told them that we can group them either separately, if depends on how young you know,
Yeah, right.
the boy is, and then have also parents group. So it depends, because in terms of learning, everyone can learn this.
Okay.
It's good for everyone.
Okay.
For the younger ones, they can learn how to be focused, because there's another benefits for the younger ones today, because they are so driven by different things happening around the world, technologically also. There's so many devices they can play, and sometimes I heard parents are worried about their focus or concentration in the study, and Tai Chi can provide that benefits to help them to be focused, at least for the hour training, and then they can know how to be focused. And but of course, for the older ones or for the adults, the program has been here for 6 years, and I certainly looking forward to seeing them to either coming back for review classes or starting a new class with me. And for the Saturday program, it's once a year, so I highly recommend people come over, take a look, especially you wondered what it is and what you can do. Because last year, I have a couple of people did read the newspaper, local newspaper, and then they joined us. And those actually video clips on my website again. And also it was reported by the local newspaper, Independence.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
Well, I am really, really happy that you came today.
Thank you.
And I feel like I know a lot more than I ever did about Tai Chi. I hope that everyone else got that feeling too, and that they'll come and take your class. And I'm seriously thinking about it. And I want to see you on the 30th. And it's going to be at Fay Park.
Yes, at the Fay Park.
Yeah,
So
Fay Park, 10 o'clock. And it's an hour and a half long.
yeah, it's a free program. Anyone can join, and even people from other towns which happened before it to be in my class or coming to this event.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Sharon, and thank you for watching our show. So let's get healthy. Try Tai Chi.
I need a haircut, actually. I'm just kind of out of control. Of course, I don't know what I'm going to say, so we'll just wing it like we usually do and see how it goes, you know.
And then Can I start?
You do need a reservation because limited seating, and you're only, oh God. Sorry. Go back. I did it. I didn't want to do that. So, I have a ticket, and I'm going to drop it in here, but help us by adding yours. Whether we win $40 or $4,000, any amount will help.
Hello. Did you forget the ticket?
Yeah. I tried to make it.
I have the ticket somewhere.
It's
Fine, you took my ticket.
it's
Not a winner.
it's in my purse.
Yeah, not a winner. That's that.
So that's why I said I have a ticket. I'm going to drop in here someday. The town offices will be closed on Patriots Day. You're doing that on purpose. The town offices, am I okay?
You forgot to say thanks, Mike. I just told you to say thanks, Mike.
All right.